Hello all and welcome. This is Dice of Ages presenting CrestVahllen, the Argent Flame, episode 66, The Trial of the Mind. Without further ado, let's get into the recap of the previous episode. The victors celebrate among the crowd and upon shoulders as Argus, Cole, and Eleazar gather around the deceased bandit-like individual from the Vogel team. Cole attracts a crowd as Argus revives the unfortunate soul in a spectacle honoring Clan Karag Stoneworm. Log and the others join the crowd as Chiron capitalizes on the attention with a rousing stump speech. The gang head back to the quarry's qualm as Argus sends to Ermgrim, learning of a tall woman in pink armor that is associating with Klaxon Vogel. Via Anchialine comm, the troop learned that the last trial has yet to be scheduled, not aligning with their full moon and eclipse timeline. The allies devise a plan to sway public opinion with flyers, tavern speeches, new clan emblems, and whisper campaigns. Zemdak receives a message from the Scoop that they have successfully destroyed 2 idols, and that a being known as the False Wave and or Yitzgladl may be involved. The uttering of strange words causes Log to enter a catatonic state, in which 2 entities, one of black ichor and one of musculature and eyes, enter a conflict within his dream space. A cocktail injection and a lucid dream desire awake Log from his stupor. After some light shopping, Cole gives a great speech and the propaganda-like plan is seemingly successful, as a large riot-like crowd occupies the area around the Fang, clamoring for Karag Stoneworm. The party rest for the night, and Log gains a friend in the form of a copy of himself that now occupies his dreamscape, now assigned to building a protective mind fortress. Now, let's get back to the action. Welcome back to CrestVahllen. Hello and welcome back, Dice of Ages, CrestVahllen, Argent Flame, yada yada yada. Last we left off, Log had woken from his dream with a double of him pulled out from the floor, the ground, and is now has a log in his brain space that just kind of lives there. Yeah. Cool.
2 logs are better than 1.
We all got a long rest.
You all have a long rest. You wake on the morn of the 33rd of High Log.
My eyes snap open to see if there's anything I can
Quick thing, who wants to roll real quick?
I can harvest. And I look over at Log.
Who's gonna roll the dice for the heart?
You're all right?
I met myself.
Journey of self-discovery.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking awesome, if I had to say so.
Oh, so this was one of you were working on the balls last night then, huh?
Well, this was after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
During your dream, you met yourself.
Yeah.
You talked to yourself?
Yeah.
Did yourself talk back?
Yeah.
Did you play with yourself?
You're not here.
I couldn't resist. You're a bad influence on my Cody.
What?
I don't think it's me.
How did you find yourself?
Right.
I looked down.
He found himself.
This is still just supporting the theory.
I went on a journey of self-discovery and I found myself.
By looking down.
I took a sabbatical and I found myself.
Oh, yeah, I looked down and there I was.
Well. so
Okay.
All
and
right.
so did you like?
I don't know
I
if you
can't-
want
I
to
can't go
ask.
there.
You were on the ground?
I was in the ground. In the water on the ground.
Oh. Okay.
And then I didn't reach for me, but me reached for me. And then
Okay.
I pulled me out.
Gotcha. You pulled you out after you reached for you.
Yes.
Okay.
It makes total sense.
Other you reached, you grabbed, pulled.
Maybe we
Yes.
should give other you a different name,
Yeah.
like Gall.
B log. Your blog.
Log just
No,
don't.
Your log and its blog.
Log just don't.
I
put
like
yourself
Gall.
out in public.
Gall.
Or
It's the
Gall,
opposite
backwards.
of log. Yeah. Mirror image.
Log
yeah.
and gall, and then that way that nobody doesn't hear the wrong thing either.
So Gull was in the water, reached out for you,
Yeah.
and you pulled You reached down and pulled Gull out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
He's me, but he has an eye.
Yeah. Does he
But
have
it-
both or just both?
No, he has, but one's funny.
Like,
Does it
what-
tell jokes?
Yeah.
I didn't ask it, but maybe.
What do you mean by funny? Like it just looks different? Like what kind of?
Like like how Urgrim's eyes look.
Up until this part,
like
Cole
that.
has been just bright red. Hearing all these things fall out of Log's mouth.
So yeah, it was like an Urgrim eye.
Interesting.
Cole's taking notes. Go like, this will be a great comedy play. This is like you're writing at the moment the first Abbott and Costello skit.
Who's on first? Gull's on second.
So yeah, I'm going to
Working title is
build
Touching
me
Himself.
a mine castle.
Touching who?
Gull is building a castle in your mind for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I got your whole.
I told you I'm fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he? If there's now two of you in your head, are you smarter?
Ask me something.
Give him a complicated math equation.
Do you give him a complicated math equation?
Not too complicated. Let's do the stepwise.
Whatever.
Let's
you
do
think
some
Zemtech
division.
is stupid as shit because he just gave you a math, but it has letters in it. And letters don't belong alongside that.
Look, if I have 2 lions and 3 lions show up, how many lions do I have?
2
Depends.
and
Were
3.
any of them hungry?
So 5, right?
So you're
He's
not
possessed. Kill him.
Yeah.
you're not
Nothing.
twice log. You're just log and log. Logging.
He's the
Gull.
log of log.
He gets-
He's log square.
Log. It's log. It's magic. It's wood.
so he
Well-
puts- so this
Better than that. It's good.
I say we have a good hearty breakfast and then go see about this test.
Let's
Yeah.
see
I'm
what the
gonna
riot
look
did
out
last
the window
night.
just to make sure the town's not burning.
Town doesn't seem to be on fire. I mean, it's pretty. Yeah, you look out the window. No, the town's not on fire.
You never know what's gonna happen when you go to sleep during a riot. So
You do hear the you don't hear the chanting anymore, but you do hear that there's still, I wouldn't say a cacophony, but like a muted cacophony of voices. Like there's still people out and about doing stuff. You know.
I've got the perfect dice for rolling for the heart now. Give me one moment.
Okay.
Did anybody roll for
Going
that?
to go.
No,
get
we
the
have
big-
not
Yep.
yet.
Yep.
She's getting good dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
A Kraken. We got this dice about like this big.
Ah,
This
It is
D20.
the heart.
It's like this sharp-edged resin.
I don't
thing.
know. Your wooden D20 that you got from them was not rolling great.
It wasn't.
So-
The ones I got, because I got 2 wooden ones from them, and I've stopped using them.
Are they bad?
Honestly, their acrylic ones tend to roll the best for me personally.
I won nat 20 on this today, and I got a couple nat ones. So. And it hasn't been great.
You were just on a terrible streak Friday.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna try these aluminum boys
I
more.
mean, they look awesome,
Yeah,
but
these aluminum boys are awesome. They're like they're super. They got blood, and then I have this stone obsidian one. It's super cool.
I barely read that.
Of course,
I
we
get
geek
Yeah, it's
out
black
on
on
dice.
black.
Black on black.
It's kind of like my metal dice that I don't use because I have to read them. I have to go and try and pick them up and make sure I don't
Oh yeah,
put them
there you
down
go.
wrong.
Boom.
Wants to-
Oh, wow.
Have you tried it too much?
Noel
Does it
and I
roll
use
20s?
it to decide who goes first in
It
board
rolls
games.
high. I did actually roll a 20 on it one time. So
I was about to say we could let Ketten try.
I did too, yeah, last night.
yeah.
That was not one though.
Well, that
lamp.
doesn't count to land on the floor.
Not in the box, you know.
Them's the rules, I'm just saying.
There isn't table space to roll a dice that big.
All we had to do was take it out of the.
This also just does a thud when you.
Yeah,
do
it doesn't
that.
roll if you put it like on a space that's only about this big. It doesn't roll. It just falls and stays on the side that you flipped it on. It's like flipping a plate.
It's fun.
It doesn't. You need to like roll it like a bowling ball, or it doesn't actually roll.
Well, that's Adam. Just make sure the one's
mean-
up.
Yeah.
You can kind of roll it.
You get like 2 extra faces.
For a dice that's supposed to
All
roll
right,
high,
Henry
we
Brain,
finally
yeah.
got one over 10.
Of course.
No heart.
Of course.
First one on the table, not 20.
Oh yeah.
No, seriously.
Oh yeah. What does that mean? Does that mean the heart recharges?
That's
Is that what that means? Do you feel good about that, Kenton?
I do. You finally got
kind
a
of
that 20.
roll.
Kenton finally got a good roll.
Yeah.
That's what he feels good
That's
about.
your die now.
Whatever it takes.
I rolled like 18s
It's
and
your
19s
turn.
on
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna do a thing. Ka-thunk-ka-dunk-ka-dunk.
Whatever it takes.
No. I'm just saying.
Look, I brought my my lucky die. Wait. It's in the back of my truck.
How is...
Let me roll it out the back of the driveway.
You hear a tire squeal as
Yeah.
the firefighter avoids it.
How's Bandito?
Bandito is stirring. Appears to be still sleeping, but not unconscious, but subconscious now, like sleeping.
Kind of like how we left Eleazar before. He was in.
You wake them up.
Hey, friend, you all right?
Hey, non-dead man.
Hello.
I brought you back to life.
So, bad news first, to get it out of the way, you died.
And then Vogel left you just lying there.
Is that the only bad news?
Only bad news. Good news. Carrig Stoneworm, we brought you back. Other good news. We gave you some extra abilities.
Why don't half my face work?
That's part of
That's
the
the extra
ability.
abilities. There should be someone named Onkeline in there with you.
Hello. What have you done to me?
He's an alchemist.
I'm an alchemist. This is hard.
Apparently, he was in the water that she died in, and then when you were resurrected,
So, surprise, you've got more abilities now.
They go to reach for their weapons, which I'm sure you have disarmed them.
By the way, was there any magical in any of this stuff?
You are able to get that mechanical crossbow that appears to shoot. It's kind of like yours. It's like a repeater crossbow, and it shoots gold-plated, hollowed needles, kind of Black Widow style, that have toxins in them.
I for sure would have pocketed one of his needles.
Sure.
Why don't you pocket the whole thing?
Because I want to give him back his stuff.
Not with ammo.
If we can convince him to be on our side, I want to give him back his stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And if we give him back his stuff without
Vogel
any
threw you
ammo in
away,
it, he's gonna
and we
be
brought you
suspect.
back.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, none of their shits.
Right.
they didn't even check on you. They just left as soon as they lost when you died.
Yeah. What's your name, by the way?
Did they take my money?
We didn't take your money, so if you don't have money, they took it.
Looks. Okay. Well, I mean, they paid me, so whatever.
What can we call you?
My name?
Yeah.
Why do you want to know?
Just so
Instead
we
of
don't
calling
call
you "Hey Guy,"
Yeah. That's literally it.
Guy is my name.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, guy.
fortuitous. Hey Guy, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
I mean, I'm.
Mostly all there.
Do not worry. I will make sure that you can walk properly. I hate this.
It's better than being dead.
I've got two people in my mind, too. It's totally normal.
At least-
Everything is fine. Stop that.
Oh, your hand. I don't know what kind of glue he used.
Oh, right.
I wasn't able to get that off.
What?
Remember how he glued your hand to the board?
Yeah.
It's stuck. It's stuck good.
Maybe I can sand it off.
I mean,
What do you want with me?
Nothing.
nothing. We just
Nothing?
wanted to make sure you were actually
So I can
alive.
leave?
Yeah.
If you need to.
I mean, if you'd like to
Okay.
keep working with us, you can.
They go to stand up and they kind of fall down. It's like,
Well,
help! You got it.
No, not. Okay, no, listen. On the count of 3.
What is 3?
Oh, shit. You go left, I go right. Ready? And go.
Success.
I hate this.
At least you still have control of your body.
Oculine, can you give him control back?
I can try.
No! Okay. Now the leg. Nope. I guess you're in my leg.
I'm sure you'll figure it out. Take your time. Do what you need to do. Figure this out. But it's better than being dead, right?
What do you want from me?
Nothing.
Why did you bring me back?
Because we're good people.
What do I owe you?
Nothing.
The Lord Kerrig Stoneworm just said that the loss to Steelcrag wouldn't be good.
The Vogels didn't care about you.
He did.
Where's my stuff?
Are you going to use it to hurt any of us?
Am I getting paid to do that?
Not that.
Do you want me to? Are you into that type of thing?
Were you paid to hurt us?
Not this time.
For a little bit? Well, not you.
Would you be willing
Did we win?
to...
No.
No, you lost. You lost hard.
Well, whatever. I don't care. None of my business.
You lost your life. You should care.
Oh, well, yeah.
He killed you just trying to win
Yeah.
and still failed.
And then didn't even have the decency to, make sure you were carefully taken care of. Just kind of tossed your body to the side and left.
So what, I take revenge or something?
No?
No. However, would you be open to a job?
Depends on what you're paying.
How about your life?
Wait. What?
He giveth, he can taketh.
Don't mess with the
So
cleric.
it's blackmail. You do want something.
How about a platinum piece to help keep Lord Stoneworm protected from the Vogels?
How long?
Till he's on the throne.
It could take years.
Try
Yeah, I don't think it's going to take that long.
Oh, that's
Platinum piece a
sorry.
day.
I forgot he didn't witness the
Platinum
riot we
piece
started
a
last
month.
night. Vogel tried to put a stop on that. We gave a very good speech, and there was basically a riot in the street last night saying he should have the third test.
I don't care. I don't do politics. I'm a mercenary. You pay me, I do the thing.
That's why I
I
said.
do 2 things I don't do. Kids and elderly people.
Where's your line on elderly people?
If
How old is Elder?
I'm always curious.
if they can throw a punch without falling over, they're not elderly.
Depends on the race.
I've seen him throw a punch, and
Seen you throw a punch too.
He's not on our friends list, is he?
No.
Okay. I would say, we did spend our own reagents, the Lord did, to bring you back. So if you can pay that back, that would be appreciated. If not, I think you're free to go.
If you wanted 1 platinum per day, I think the equivalent would then be, 30 days worth of servitude to us?
Servitude?
Well, no,
Work.
Work. You're repaying,
Bodyguard?
You're repaying the debt.
Bodyguard.
Bodyguard.
So
Literally for your life.
I don't like being in debt, but neither a borrower nor lender be. So,
Besides, imagine how bad it'll look for Vogel when the mercenary they paid and left for dead is now protecting the person that beat them.
icing on the cake for me, fucker. All right, fine. Bodyguard for a month. Or 30 days. Better part of a month.
Here's your crossbow.
Thanks. Anything else? Is that him?
Yeah, Karen, come up here.
Hello. I saw you die.
He's gonna help keep you alive now.
Wasn't I shooting at him?
You were, but
You aimed for the other guy.
Fate is weird.
Well,
Yeah.
as he likes to say, maybe it's destiny.
I don't believe in destiny. I make my own. All right, little pipsqueak. Looks like I'm taking care of you. Not like that. I'm making sure you don't have people. It doesn't matter. Just stay behind me most of the time.
He's got a couple other shadows that'll
Okay.
you probably won't see very often unless you need
What
to
do they
see
look
them.
like?
They're here now, aren't they?
Elves with darker skin.
Drow? Dark elves? All right, cool. Like,
Oh.
bad shadows?
Yes.
So, I should eliminate them.
no,
No.
no.
They are not bad shadows for him.
Co-workers.
Shadows on our
Yes,
side.
Yes.
co-workers.
Okay, fine, sure.
Bad shadows for the other guys.
Oh, does anybody have like a...
You should know, I charge per head as well.
You can take it from your tab.
Yeah.
I mean, like, incentives.
So,
Like, if I dispatch someone who's trying to harm the little pipsqueak,
That's one charge.
I get a bonus.
Yeah, you can take it from your tab.
So I don't have to work as long.
yes.
Exactly.
Fine. Anything else?
You got anything silver, like a silver piece of cloth you can tie around, just so that other people know that you're not attacking him, you're with them?
Like, you want like a brand? You want a badge or something? I understand.
Just a marker.
I don't know.
there-
Do you have anything?
Is there a curtain in here?
Is there a curtain
Or a
in here?
tapestry that's,
There
like,
are
silvery?
several paintings on the wall.
I mean, that technically is
Some with
cloth.
their eyes carved out.
We'll figure that out later.
Take my rapier.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I might have just blinded our drow.
Look, I do my work best when people don't know I'm around.
Okay.
So,
Bye.
bye.
Makes you...
Wait, he's here.
Yeah.
So,
I'm pretending like you're not around. You're best
okay.
like you're not
He goes over in
around.
the corner, just leans up against the corner and starts smoking a pipe.
Kyron, you ready for today?
Yes, what's today?
Trial of the mind.
Right. What is that?
That's where they try and drive you insane, and if you don't become insane, you get to be the leader.
Right. Sorry. Lowe's drinking a lot yet last night. I understand.
You have to prove that your will
pardon.
is the will of a ruler.
Sure.
Do you need some liquid courage before you do that?
Poop?
No.
I was gonna go do my morning constitution.
Oh, yeah. Have at it.
Okay.
Do what you need to do, man.
Where are you from that liquid courage is poop?
No. Before. No.
Just ignore it and go take care of your business.
Okay. Go to the bathroom. Go to the.
Did you guys hear that? I don't know if we should be backing him anymore.
Prestidigitate.
We are way too far into this.
Just in case.
Great. So, right. So they come back. Okay. Yeah. So, right. The helmet thing.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yes. I could go insane or something, or I could die. Right.
Or melt your brain.
But
or-
destiny will protect me.
You need
Yes.
to focus
Hopefully.
hard
I can focus.
on destiny.
And before you leave us, I will help protect you. We got a little
Hold
If
on
we
tight.
knew what time it would be, I could do some.
I can focus.
The idea that you have in your head of that destiny,
Yes,
hold on to it with everything that you have.
I got it.
Yeah.
She's purely vocal.
And we'll do what we can to help you.
ward?
And
So that if there's any
hopefully
something would
you
kill
come
him,
out the other
it won't
side.
work.
I'll write down the litany of fear and give
can.
it to him and tell him to memorize it.
Fear is the mind killer.
Just memorize that.
Wait, can
You'll be
fear
fine.
actually kill
Well,
the mind?
I mean that's the litany that I use as my vocal component for my spell too.
Perfect.
Cool. So, right. Where do we do that?
the Fang, I think.
The Fang,
Fang?
we believe.
Right. I think so. So, destiny is before
Calling.
us, right?
Destiny's
Didn't you
calling.
hear that loud?
I think-
that loud crowd.
Oh
last
yeah, I was
night?
there. They almost took me away. It was. I felt like a rock star. It was
were.
amazing. I'm a celebrity now.
Yep.
I'm on my way up.
What do you think happens when you become the leader?
For starters, I get to bathe regularly,
That's
Yeah.
a good start.
which will help. And then I get to eat regularly, which is also great. And then I get to make sure I say things that people want to be said. But whether or not they know they want it or not.
Remember your plans of creating a
Oh,
group of
right,
people.
right. Bringing the people together, melting pot style.
Yes.
Making sure that the
Everyone is heard.
people of the
The rift.
was it?
The rift.
breach.
The breach.
The reaching breach.
Yeah.
Yes, allowing the peoples of the Underdark and to be more accepted.
Yeah, because
That's-
there are things out there that are much crazier than.
So rather than a fortress rather than a fortress that separates and bisects the people, it is a bridge to bring them together.
And
Yes.
some of those people are out right now in your name, trying to help keep the peace and keep the city from burning
That's
down.
great. It's that's still dangerous though, because there's still a lot of monsters that aren't good at talking down
Yes, but you'll have more allies of people who understand these monsters.
there. Now I understand why this is so hard, because there's a lot of moving pieces. There's a balance.
You studied politics, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I did.
Studying
A
over.
lot of mock trials, but but
Not quite clear yet.
What
Not
was
just-
your final grade?
Not just law, but did you study history?
most of what I studied was history.
Good. So there were good rulers and there were bad rulers.
Right, learn from the bad.
Don't do that.
and
learn
take
from the
grains
good.
of salt from the good.
And just
do
because
that.
they were popular
Yes.
doesn't mean that they were a good ruler. It just means
Right.
they were popular.
So we're making me popular, but that doesn't mean I'll be a good ruler.
I think you'll be a good ruler.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks.
One of the things
Remember
try.
about
getting
you is
all
if
the
you-
advisors and getting a group of people.
Right.
to-
Because it's not about me. It's about
Right.
everybody.
Yeah.
Remember to keep those.
Some of them are shits though, so I should probably trot out and make sure I'm choosing good people
Yes,
as my
and,
advisors.
but you have to keep.
Yes.
You might have to keep some of the shits in power. You just need to know when you can ignore them.
Okay, I have a question. I mean, Logren has done a decently good job, and Megara seems pretty cool. Do those people, should we allow them to still hold some types of power and maybe
I don't
be part
think
of that council?
Logren would want to.
Logren,
He's-
he may stay around long enough to get you settled, but he wants out.
Megara, I think, wants to make sure the city's protected.
Megara,
She
though,
would be very helpful for you.
Yeah.
To
Okay,
keep
cool.
your
Yeah, if you
ear.
guys have any suggestions, I'd love to hear.
I mean,
Bilgrar. He
yeah,
seems like a good guy.
actually, Bilgrar would be a good way for you to keep a connection to the common man. There's nobody more common than him.
He hears all the rumors around here.
Actually,
be
he's maybe a little lower than common.
Steercragg's
He's not a bad
Guildmaster?
one to have.
Maybe?
You know what? Just make him the master
Head
of
of
your
the-
cellars. He'll be very happy. And
Oh, Master of Cellars. Of course. Yeah, like,
basically, you're giving him the fancy title of what he already does.
right. Alcohol baron, pretty much. Well, not baron, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Fang bartender.
That's fun. Oh, he could be, but he would have to. He'd have to move. What if we built a tavern?
What if you make him the one in charge of the dumping pits too.
Ooh, what about this? What if we made the Fang open to all people? It would be less.
Right.
It would be dangerous security-wise, but it would be a good sign to show that people could come and go, and the common man is welcome in places of
I'm sure
Mobility.
Vogel's
Probably wanna-
assassins would love that when they get to kill you.
right.
There's parts of it you could, leave the gardens available to people.
The gardens, the library. That might be nice too.
The archives.
You know what
The
you
war
could do that
college.
they do in Tulare?
Yes.
They have these things called tour guides, and you can hire. They take groups of people through the Fang.
That's a great idea.
That way, they're not unescorted,
And they'll always have a military escort. Right.
and people that we keep an
Megara
eye
will
on.
hate that.
Do it.
Okay.
I think the best.
That sounds good.
The best piece of advice we can give you, though, is not to trust everybody. Honestly, because they will not always have your best interest in mind. And even though you're older than me, I can see that you're still younger than Argus, for example, or some of the other folks here, relatively.
Technically.
So
Okay.
just be careful.
Only because of the ghosts.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, at the risk of putting the cart before the horse,
Yeah, there's still steps to get through to get you there.
sure.
Yeah,
But
and
Well, if you think of anybody else that I should put on my circle of trust or my council,
So there is.
they don't have to be from here either.
I mean,
right. The
Probably send some missives.
Oh, actually,
the Church of Elistrae is helping.
Right. That's one of the reasons why we're doing this.
Yes. So perhaps one of their
Representing.
clerics could be on your council
There's-
as well.
Do you have someone in mind?
The leaders they call the Moonbeams. So whoever they.
Who would they
Well,
appoint?
or you could always go with some of the other ones. I'm not gonna suggest them. That's on you.
Unless,
Do you know anyone personally?
I mean, there's my brother.
right.
Your brother's a cleric
Yep.
Yeah.
of it?
Of Caladoran.
That sounds perfect. At the risk of nepotism, that sounds great.
That's why I didn't initially say his name, but I can personally vouch that he is a good man.
Gray gloves.
Just don't have
Grey
him be.
gloves.
That's
Don't have him
his
be
code
sneaky.
name.
Code name. Should we all have code names?
No.
No.
No?
I mean, you could.
We don't all have code names?
You could. It could be fun.
His name is Pinjack.
Arsonist isn't a code name; it's a charge.
It's a title.
It's a badge and I wear it proud.
His real name's Pinjack.
Pinjack. Got it. Okay.
but
Megara.
his better name is Grey Glove Silvervein.
Right, that's his code name.
I like that. That could be his battle name.
I don't see him doing battle.
Oh, okay. Not one of those.
No.
All right. Well, it's going to take me a while to get used to everything because I don't really know how things run around here as much. I know the history of how this place came to be, and but as far as current affairs,
That's why you have people like Megara.
exactly. Okay, cool.
She's actually somebody you probably really should trust because she does not want this position. Period.
Great.
The whole reason we have their support is because she doesn't want it, and you are better than Vogel.
Is there anything else I should be aware of? You said assassins?
I mean, if you
Always.
become the leader over Vogel, they might try and kill you.
Ooh, that's not very good sport.
Nope. But they really don't. They really want themselves.
Well, and
In
if
charge.
they kill you before you produce an heir or start your family, what's the next thing that happens?
Start fucking.
He's only 40.
It looks like you're going to be getting married young. I'm just going to say that.
No pressure. You have a long life. ahead
I
of you.
mean,
Yeah.
always just adopt. You know, sounds more up my alley.
I mean, you could always find Destiny.
Is she calling? Are they calling us?
Destiny calls me. Maybe that's what I'll call my child.
Destiny.
Destiny. Destiny Carrick Stoneworm.
This is quite the.
DCS.
Which one of the things we need to do for you, and not today, just start developing this in your mind, is we need to come up with your coat of arms.
Sure. Right.
Because since you're not being just Stoneworm anymore, we need to figure out what Carrick Stoneworm is.
I saw those flyers around.
Oh, just
That
like
was
them?
Seems like someone else already started. Oh, was that you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
The shield and the fang thing?
Yeah, I mean, but it was really
That's
like
cool.
their idea. You know, I just put it on paper.
Oh, hush. That's great. That's simple, easy. I'm down.
Okay. That works. And that's what the people who are out trying to keep peace are using as their
The
calling
shield
card.
representing the people and the fang representing the
city
legacy
itself.
of stone. Yeah, the city itself.
Yep.
And one of the reasons why it exists from the old Stoneworm name. I think it's great. Cool.
Did we ever figure out what it was a fang from?
Nope.
It's from a absolutely massive, old, ancient underground worm.
Oh.
That's been fossilized. It's been
That
stuck
makes
there.
sense.
Something. Oh, I think it's
don't know that we ever
proposed that its head itself was about a mile in diameter.
Log, you won't be able to take one that big.
Maitre guy.
Just
Yeah.
watch me.
Does that sound bigger than the Maitre guy?
Much bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
The baby Maitre guy.
Well,
Or Maitre guy's the baby of that.
yeah.
The
But
Uber
I mean,
Maitre
they're
guy.
long gone. It's like megafauna
Yeah.
from a long time ago.
Well, we should probably have a really good breakfast.
I'm good with that stuff. I know history.
Or just get moving and get on the road, because the sooner we get this going, the sooner that potential mob is less likely to riot.
Okay. All right. Guy, you're with me.
All right.
Let's go, gang. Let's go.
We're going.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
we're
cool.
going. Yeah.
Follow me. Maybe don't follow me. I'm short. I can't really see. It's fine. Here we go. And they go down the stairs, and he's like, "Destiny calls. Here we go. All right. Wait. Should I be in front?
Yep.
It feels
Yes.
kind of exposed.
No,
right?
but you should be in front because you're the leader
Okay. Cool.
or the soon-to-be
And
leader.
you're my entourage.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys move. You guys make it through the city. Is there anyone you want to stop last minute to go? Or are you good?
Hey, Bill Gerard, do you have anything like a portable breakfast, like a breakfast burrito kind of thing?
Walking tacos.
You still think they have tortillas and breads and
I've got some stuffed mushrooms.
That'll work.
Big upside down portobellos
Yep.
with stuff in them.
Yep.
That sounds good to you?
Yep.
Great. All right.
Breakfast.
They work. It's like a bread bowl, but it's a mushroom bowl instead. So you just hold it with one hand
Yep.
and then just eat bowls. There you go. I got some.
The riot do anything to your tavern? Everything good?
Oh no, we're fine. Everything's fine. It's good.
Good business night last night?
Yeah, we got a great amount of business. In fact, bathtub boy in the back is doing great. Helped make these mushroom bowls.
Good.
Are these
Glad it's working out.
not his mushrooms, right?
Do you ask him?
Yeah.
Oh no, they grow from him. He's great. I mean, I don't have to. I cuts down a lot of overhead. I don't have to spend as much importing, like paying for the merchant suppliers to get mushrooms down here. I just have. He grows those real fast now.
remember when we talked about not eating the mushrooms from the bucket?
I mean, if we cook this.
Well, he's not in the bucket anymore. He's in a bathtub. He's in a basin.
What else is in the bucket besides the mushrooms, though?
It's fine. All mushrooms grow out of shit.
That's true.
As long as they're cooked. Are these cooked?
Yes,
Are they
That should be
washed
okay.
before they're cooked?
I think so.
Aren't you the one who's washing them?
They're
Well, I
cooked
mean, they're
in
boiled,
fire.
right?
That's
So what does it
perfectly
matter?
fine.
They're washed and cooked at the same time.
They're fine.
Purified.
They're
Purified by fire. We're good.
I just want something in our stomachs before we go into whatever we're going
You
into.
got it.
As long as they don't have any spores in them, I'm sure we're fine.
Yeah.
They probably have spores in them.
They're dead spores. 'Cause they get cooked.
I mean, at this point, I'm at least 1% ankyline. What's a little more?
I mean, ankyline spores survive the boiling wort.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
What's a little more?
Can we degill it?
You want to degill it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can if you like.
Okay.
It'll take some time, but you can do it while you're walking. So, no pre.
just
You
take
guys
the
have walking breakfast. Jesus Christ, please.
This got way
on.
more complicated than it was.
Yikes. Let's please move on. You guys have your stuff. What?
Mage armor.
Mage armor.
Okay. You got it.
Thank you.
As you're walking through town, you notice, you two notice that some individuals kind of join, not necessarily join your entourage, but kind of flank you, making it look like they're just regular people, but you can tell that they at one point make eye contact with you and nod. They just look like common people that are armed. As most everybody in town is. They are wearing what looks like some sort of tabard of the shield with the fang on it, and it's kind of looking like you're being escorted through town.
Perfect.
I prestidigitate everybody, so we're nice and shiny and clean and
You got it.
regal.
between the two of us, we do that almost every morning
Yep,
anyway.
yep. I just want to make sure
Looking good.
we look like an escort and not like
Cole even pulls, his thing and readjusts his bun so it looks nicer.
You approach the fang, and in like true tailgating fashion, there's still quite a few people here. Some people have set up some stalls where they're creating hotcakes or jerky or selling certain types of things, and other people have set up some tents, or they're just still meandering around. Nobody really has any signs. Every once in a while, there's a little bit of a conflict between the guards that protect the Fang and some of the populace, as there's a bit of a butt heads of being like, well, you're not allowed in. It's for safety reasons. And they're like, who are you to say that it's a safety reason? This city belongs to all of us, yada, yada, yada. So they fully bought in to the numinous of the stone worm, Carag.
Vox Populi.
Yeah,
French
Vox
Revolution a
Populi,
little bit.
Yep.
like propaganda type paradigm. You guys arrive with your entourage. The populace does appear to part. Some cheers and jeers come from the crowd. You do notice, as it's quite clear, it looks as though Logren is on like a balcony coming out from one of the fangs, looking over all of this. Notices you and turns quickly to go inside as his like cloak wisping in his wake as he turns back. You had spoken to him. He knows what's coming. You hear a voice from the crowd. Well, it's about time. Whereas Megara walks up. What have you been?
Explaining to this one about stupid decisions. And I actually do my chin at the guy that we resurrected.
Okay.
There was, of course, the celebration.
Guy's like, yeah, sure.
There was, of course, the celebration for winning the trial, and then sleeping that off, and then we're here.
And of course we heard that Vogel was trying to stop this happening today. So we might have given some speeches last night.
So you're the ones that are responsible for this.
No, the people are responsible for it. I just said some very nice words that made them think.
You're making my job very difficult, but it's fine. It just
We didn't need Vogel buying.
just bring it home. Right?
Okay.
Make
Are
sense?
we going to be allowed in the chamber with?
If I say you are, move.
Okay.
Right? Yes,
And
ma'am?
the guards step out of the way. They're with me. There's some extra ones here. They're not coming with us, are they?
They are people who have sworn to be a bodyguard for Kyron. Especially since
Well, I think
Vogel-
Kyron has quite enough bodyguards, don't you think?
I think we can leave them behind.
Yeah, as long as they get to stay out here, maybe. If, you know. as-
Didn't you try to shoot me? And she points to a guy.
He was also dead 24 hours ago.
Right, and weren't you dead?
Destiny.
He's on the team.
He sips from his flask. And is this your doing?
Yeah.
He saw the error of his ways after,
Weren't you
Vogel
there?
left him for dead.
Didn't you? Were you not paying attention when he was brought back to life?
You mean after?
After you finished your table,
Well, I was busy tending to the wounds of my fellow compatriots while
I
you
was
were soaking. While the
tending
rest
to-
of you were soaking in the victory.
I was tending
You're
to the
welcome.
wounds of a dead person.
Well, then there you go. Both important
was-
things.
I was busy doing a public relations thing about how we were resurrecting the Vogel's dead guy.
We're going on tangents. We are here for a purpose.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Trying to see if I'm getting her accent right because I'm looking as to where.
I don't remember having a major accent.
I don't either.
Just very voicerous.
Onward to the trial.
Yeah. There's kind of no nonsense all over.
You're ready, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go.
All right.
And you guys trounce in. The gate's shut behind you.
Remember, I'm not casting yet, but I'm starting with Kyron just repeating that mantra, "Fear is the mind killer," kind of thing, because I want to start doing the vocal because that's my vocal component for my
Is he gonna be all right?
When does this happen? What is the whole process? We don't know that much about this trial.
I've never done it myself either, but I'm supposed to do it today as well.
Helm goes on, he goes through his thing, and then he either survives or he doesn't.
Mind Flayer skull goes on like a helmet. If you can resist it,
What happens if he resists it? Do they need to test you then, or
Yeah. Does everybody have to go through it, or is it just whoever gets it first?
it's
is-
been quite a few generations before this has ever.
I mean, it's
this has
just
been a thing.
it's just him. He puts it on. If he survives the trial.
But the history of those that have the history, or at least the genealogy of those that didn't win the leadership and supposedly didn't pass the trial, ends
yes.
in the history books. Meaning,
If he doesn't survive, that's it.
Do they state if he dies instantly?
some of us go in, not all of us may come out.
Correct.
I don't know the details. This is kept pretty close to the chest. The only person that really has access to this is someone who is or has been a previous Lord of the Steercrack.
He didn't seem to know either.
It's like executive knowledge, executive privilege.
Well, he married into it, so he doesn't know.
yeah? Okay. Yeah, we were just trying to figure it out.
Trying to assess how to help.
Should we let her go first so we see how it goes?
Not
Considering
it's
she-
so it's not a thing where everybody puts the helmet on. Just
We don't know.
he does.
We don't know.
Oh, this is for the leaders.
Yeah.
So it is everybody. Not all of us, but all of them.
Kyron, I, Logrin, and if Claxon's still around, him as well.
Why Logren?
You each put a helmet on?
The same one, in turn.
Oh, one after the other.
Yes.
That's what I said, so maybe let her go first. Just to see how it's done.
We should let Claxon go first.
Or that.
If he's there.
I can't help you with this one. Meaning, I have to do my best to if I don't, I have to do my best to pass. Because if I don't,
I
may
want
not
you to
survive.
pass.
Yeah,
we
we want
want you here.
Yeah.
He needs your help in the end.
But I also may not survive.
So this is a
So, if
Anybody
I'm
that
doing you
wants
this
to.
favor, I need you to do me one.
Anyone who's in
What
Raleigh.
is your favor?
Anybody that wants to be the leader takes this test.
As you have heard, my father, the one who is supposed to be in charge of our clan, is not well. And therefore has stepped down due to being compromised. We have those that tend to him, but I'm his only progeny that's left. So take care of it, if I can.
We will do what we can to aid you.
Read this litany, if you will, to prep a little bit.
Fear is the mind killer. What is this?
Just think about it.
If something is attacking your mind, it's something to think of.
Is this like Order of the Monks mantra stuff?
Kind of, yeah.
At 8. Whatever. I'll keep it in mind. Literally.
It helps lock the door on your mind fortress kind of thing.
Do we know what time
I
we're doing
love your
this?
symbolisms. I'm sorry?
Do we know what time this is happening?
As soon as we all arrive, you're the
Alright.
last ones. Everyone's here already.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's go.
That's why I was wondering what took you so long.
Sorry.
No one told us what time things start.
No one has been telling us anything. It's just show up here at
It's first thing in the
Instead.
morning. Were we supposed to come here
pre-morning.
last night?
Nobody tells you?
No. We've just been extra
You
lucky.
don't have a house.
Yeah.
Way to rub it in.
You don't have people. You don't have people to send you missives and all this information. So
People know that we're
We have
staying at-
Belgrar, that's about it.
you don't have the infrastructure.
We just have we have the people on the streets, but we don't know what to believe from them either.
That's concerning. If that's going to be your infrastructure.
Well, I think the infrastructure right now is still nascent. However, we still had a place where we could got missives, and we were excluded. Let's be quite plain.
I don't care.
I know.
Yep.
We're
I know.
here. Let's
Let's
go.
go do
Yeah,
stuff.
let's just
be
go and
safe.
get this done.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Klaxon, but that doesn't mean that he's not here. I don't know what to. I'm going to be honest with you. It is accepted that the leader does this, or the person that is vying for actual power does this. It's not required. There isn't actually any rules written in stone. Pun unintended.
There's 3 trials.
Yes.
But none of them actually really matter for anything other than potentially getting the populace behind you, showing how good of a leader you would be.
Welcome to the traditions of honor.
So while you survived the race, you did not win the race. Does that count as passing the trial?
I suppose. I mean, I still did the great job, and people still chanting my name. So
Okay.
I mean, potentially, if Vogel is the one to do it, we have created a situation where Vogel will pass this test, but have none of the populace behind them either.
Well, Vogel didn't pass the second trial. They didn't even make it to the finish line.
Right.
And as far as we know, we haven't heard of anyone else slaying a purple worm. Or riding a purple worm.
this whole thing doesn't make sense to me. We're steeped in tradition and honor.
So Vogel hasn't done anything.
I'm of the mind, if I or someone that
That you are
I could bend
advising?
the ear of becomes into power, that we forego this archaic tradition in the future and go for something a little bit more democratic, or perhaps less political and a little more and less propaganda-ish. Hopefully it doesn't end up that way. Again, I'm not about nepotism and hegemony either, so
Is it just you that are allowed in the chamber? And if you all decide not to partake, but say that you partook in the mind flare?
I don't know.
thing?
I don't know what the chamber is like.
Okay.
Never seen it.
Well, the one thing I'm going to say is, if we standing here talking about it's not going to accomplish anything.
No, it's just.
Let's go.
Right. You guys enter the Fang. You are ushered to a great hall area with a where Logren is coming down one of the grand staircases. Still looks quite haggard, but has done their best to kind of clean themselves up out of this type of presentation. You see entering from the east side of the room and entering the great hall is Armand Mortanic, who was the spellcaster dwarf before. As a bit of mage, wearing some mage robes. He was the champion, but also the potential, the one that was put forward. You have gained the support of Clan Harak, and you see coming out of the shadows right behind Armand Mortanic and his small entourage of like 3 or 4 individuals that just look like either guards or what's the word I'm looking for?
Bodyguards?
No, like what Patsy was in.
Steeds?
No, what Patsy was in Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Well, technically he was.
He was a squire.
But-
Squires.
Squire.
Squires. Those type of thing. Thank you.
Exactly.
So right behind, coming out from the shadows slowly, is Klaxon Vogel. Behind Klaxon Vogel is a about 7 foot tall female individual in light leather armor, wearing a visored helm with a large broadsword at their side, like a full plated knight from like the neck up, but light leather armor everywhere else. Gauntlets, helmet, large broadsword.
Does her boots look familiar?
Do her boots look familiar?
Does she look like she's wearing?
They look like
Dokenin?
leather boots.
They don't look like the Dokenin ride boots.
Roll
Because we saw those.
roll an Arcana or Perception check for me.
I'm glad I'm doing this.
You had to ask the question.
Well, 10,
10,
11.
like leather
Yeah.
boots.
I mean, at a 7 foot tall woman, I would
Leather
also
boots.
be. Like, could I also roll just because at a 7 foot tall woman, I would be on guard?
Sure, Perception or Arcana.
Real quick, and I'm going to pull them over to me.
14.
14.
Arcana.
14 Arcana. It could be magical. You don't know.
I'm going to try and get Megara and Kyron up close to me and be like, repeat after me, and have them repeat the mantra. I'll cast it at 4th level so I get both of them in Intellect Fortress.
Nice.
Okay, cool. How long does that last?
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. You got it.
I'm going
Does that
to
give them an advantage on intelligence saving throws?
Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma.
Saving throws?
Yep.
All 3 of them?
Yep.
Holy crap, that's a dope ass spell.
I'm gonna do.
Is that concentration?
It is, though, yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna do warding bond on Kyron.
Okay, so as you guys are all gathering, you're like, huddle up. Spellcast, 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 spellcast. You start buffing each other with spells. Stick out a little bit, just casting a bunch of spells, but that's fine. You do warding bond on Kyron, so you guys
Should
split
I do
damage.
the big one. Well, it also gives them +1 to AC and +1 to saving throws.
So it's protection and split damage.
Oh, the
Yes.
other one
Because he
you're
gets
showing?
resistance and you take just as much damage.
Yeah.
I could do.
'Cause
Death
how it works
Ward.
is that he gets resistance to damage, and then however
So
much
that
damage
he
he
can't
takes
be-
after the
also
resistance, you also take.
Well,
So
then
it's
also
like
has-
essentially splitting the damage between the two.
Depending on his saving throw that he has to make, he also has advantage +1 on it too.
Yeah, so advantage +1 to AC, advantage on 3 different saving throws, and +1 to all saving throws. Okay, you're buffing this pipsqueak. Like, this is awesome. Cool.
Do I do Death Ward so that he can't be instantly killed?
Is warding bond concentration? Is death ward concentration?
Warding bond is
It's
not.
just pop, pop, pop.
Yes.
So you burn some spells here.
No, I'm holding off on Death Ward.
Okay.
There's a Dokenet Ryan that
Yeah.
in the room.
We might be in
I'm
a little
using my
trouble.
second level spell and not my fourth.
I'm losing my 4th, but we can't afford to lose either one of them or both.
I almost did enhance ability.
Logren speaks up and says, "It is time. I'm not going to bother wasting my breath. You understand what is to happen. As is tradition, I will participate as well. As also is tradition, I will be the last one to do so. I would like it to be known that should I fall or fail, if I am able to be salvaged, I would like to rest near my family.
Lord.
This entire debacle has been regrettable, unfortunate, and devastating. I am not going to allow Steercrag to be a corpse that is fed on by carrion birds. There may be those of you who wish only for power, but if you can still prove yourself worthy, then it is not my choice whether you gain the position of leading this fortress against forces unknown that protects a large swath of our civilization. And as such, I must be unbiased. However, I will also make it known one last thing. But only to those that will be engaging in this trial. The rest of you, please kindly leave and wait in the living room.
There's no way to observe from outside the room.
It's double doors that close. Double big, like double grand stone doors that close. As he raises his hand, he's halfway down the grand staircase. The Armand Mortanic's like, and their squires and guards begin to walk out first. And Megara turns to her soldiers and says, and they about face and march out.
I'm gonna telepath. Should I do it? Do what? Go invisible.
Not in front of everybody.
Well, they've seen you.
I know once we get in the living room.
And then try to sneak back in.
I can't. If you want to try, you can. Or I can just try and ask Margaret to tell us if it's important when it's done. Because I don't think Kyron's going to pay enough attention.
I'm just gonna have Twig sneak off.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll stealth check for Swag. Are the rest of you leaving?
Kyron, hold tight to
There's the mind
Destiny.
killer.
Destiny.
I'm not leaving until the Duquesne Riot walks out.
The 7-foot woman with the full helm. You see Claxon go like. Seven-foot woman doesn't change their gaze. She's continually been gazing at Logren this entire time. Before they slowly, elegantly, swiftly turn to the left and begin to almost float. Like the amount of the heavy of the art, like the helmet and the gauntlets and the sword is very, very heavy. You can tell it's like heavy, heavy armor, but the way they move is just they just float across the room.
Yeah, she knows. She knows the ways.
Is it? Is it leather armor? You said light armor, but it like
The gauntlets are plate mail.
Okay.
The helmet is plate full helm, so like almost like they can't see.
but it's
through
light
it.
armor.
But it's
below
light
that.
leather armor throughout and everything else.
Cool.
And that like large double-handed broadsword.
Right.
14 for Twigs.
14 for Twig. Okay.
I will ask Megara and her mind to let us know if it's important about what he tells us, about what he says.
You see her surreptitiously nod, like over her shoulder as you guys are leaving. You have Twig like skitter down your body and like off of your heel to like stay in the room as you guys are leaving, and you see that the 7-foot tall woman, without looking down, takes a larger gate and steps on Twig. Before like barely, just almost imperceptibly. Like the head turns over the shoulder, just imperceptibly. Maybe she's looking at you, maybe she's not. You don't know.
You know that if it is who we think it is, they don't have eyes, so it doesn't really.
Yeah.
And you all leave, and some of the stewards shut the door.
Really wish we would have prepared clairvoyance.
You all are here. All of the squires, escorts. None of the individuals like the from the sect, none from the Caladoran Elistrae were allowed in. Just Guy was one of the
That we know of.
That you know of. But you don't see any of them around here.
I mean, we're enough.
The tall woman finds a place near the hearthstone to lean up against too.
So are we like just outside the room? How far?
Just outside the room, in like
Because I got to be within.
like
It's
another
an
living,
antechamber.
another den, a den.
I
like,
got to
with
be
a-
within 60 feet
of what?
of Logren or of Kyron.
I'd say yeah, you're probably within 63 through like 5 feet of stone. But
That
yeah,
doesn't matter. It's my bond drops if I.
yeah, you're within 60 feet. You can stay near the door somewhere if you like. So my question to you is this: you're here for a couple minutes. I'd say 2 or 3 minutes. Are any of you making any attempts to try to discern what is going on within the doors, or are you waiting patiently?
I'm going to be obnoxiously mingling with people. I'm going to go over to the really tall woman. Hi, how are you?
Just looks down at you.
Those are really neat gauntlets. Can I see how they're put together?
She reaches out her hand for a handshake. Squeezes your hand harder,
That kind of hurts.
harder.
That's not necessary. Pull my hand.
They let go, and they go like cross their arms again.
Well, okay.
I'm going to ghostly gaze through the door.
Okay, what's the thick? Oh, it doesn't say. It just does it.
Yeah.
So does that mean like if you look through 15 feet of wall, you just
Yeah.
straight up look through it?
Yeah.
It's a
The fact that it like doesn't have a limit is absurd. You can even look through lead. It just doesn't have a
Yeah.
limit. I ask this every time because it's
Warlock.
so absurd.
Warlocks are absurd. I mean,
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can see them talking.
This is when I need lip reading.
You can see Logren pacing back and forth, almost Braveheart style, his hand on like, his like two-handed large double axe is on his back. His hand is resting on one of his hand axes that is by his belt. He's walking back and forth, talking to them. Chiron's head is down, and his face looks. You get like the ghostly visage, like so. From what you can tell, like his demeanor seems like worried, scared, like a puppy that just got corrected, or like scalded. Claxon's brow is furrowed. Megara has her hand in one of her pockets. She's fiddling with something. From what you can tell, it looks like a finger bone. And Armand Mortanic looks like they're casting like some sort of cantrip spell to prepare themselves for whatever it is. You don't know what kind of spell it is because they're kind of you can see through their back, but it seems to just be something of utility or rather innocuous. The last thing you see, roll perception check for me, actually. I want to make sure, I want to see what it is that you notice. Anybody else?
I'm just keeping an eye on the people in the room, so making sure they're not doing anything suspicious.
Perception.
Is the artificer that was with the Vogels, is he here?
They're not. Looks like just another hired hand that did their
we hear
job
through the door?
or didn't
Yeah.
do their job.
I'll have Shakar fly up to one of the rafters and just near the door, and then I'll have him try to listen as best he can to the other side.
Okay.
Roll a nat 1 on perception.
No,
Nat 1 on
Yeah.
perception. You see Claxon fiddling with something, but you don't know what. Just like shifting back and forth. Are you trying to be stealthy about this?
I mean,
with
he's
Shakar?
just flying up into the rafters. He's a bird, right? Like he's
What?
just listening. Like that's all he's
Okay.
doing.
Is there guards next to the door? Like, what's the?
Yeah, the ushered staff that had closed the door closed them this way and are in the room with you.
Okay.
Shakar flies up, not trying to be stealthy, correct?
No, I mean he's
Okay.
again just
Well,
a bird.
like the
That's
ceiling
just
doesn't
trying
like
to-
open up after a certain thing into the other room.
No, that I understand.
Okay.
He's just
Listening.
listening.
He's just
Okay.
flying up to nest,
Yeah.
essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. You want
It's fine. I just wanted to know. They have advantage on sight, right?
to?
And hearing?
Perception, yeah, hearing good.
Okay, go ahead and roll
Hearing.
perception advantage for me.
Yep, I did. It's not good. It's 11.
11. You hear this very, very subtle echoes of what could possibly be death could very well await you. And then you hear in Shakar's head, it's really not kind to eavesdrop. You should stop. And they just kind of be like, In fact, it's against one of the 17 rules of etiquette that you're taught once in order to be a good member of society. And so let me go down the list. And they continue to talk in the brain to be a distraction of voice, so Shukar can't hear anymore.
I'll still use that as I'll remember those 17 rules of etiquette and do a clap back later with that, though, if I can.
Okay, cool.
Wonderful.
A lot of them have to do with dining room etiquette, like where to put the utensils and when to sit down, who sits down first, that type of thing.
The shrimp
I can tell you where to
goes
put
to
that
the far left.
fork, Tiffany.
Whatever spoon is only used for certain festive jellies.
Exactly.
Great. About 2 or 3 minutes pass before a small gong rings and the staff opens the door back up. Kyron looks a little bewildered. Klaxon looks determined. Armand looks at Klaxon. Klaxon gives Armand a stern look. Armand sighs. And then Logren puts his hand out, pulls it up, and a pedestal is summoned from the down, like earth bent, that kind of thing. And takes the crown off his head and puts it on the pedestal. We enter as equals. And should you exit, there will be no question who shall pick this up. Understood? Megara salutes. Kyron timidly nods. Klaxon chuckles. And Armand, may Moradin help us all.
I connect with Mega real quick and be like, do we need to know what was said? All you have to do is think it back to me.
It's not for me to tell you.
Understood.
Should Kyron choose, that's up to him, but I'm sorry.
Kyron, what's going on?
So part of this is like making promises, and like part of the promises that I'm not supposed to tell you. So
That's okay. Just remember, if you make a promise, you have to keep it.
that's kind of the whole point.
So don't make promises you can't keep. But that's the whole point of what you're doing.
Oh, I'm trying to keep it. This is. I understand a little bit more now, but at the same time, oh boy, okay. Wasn't ready for this, but I think we'll be fine. Hopefully. Maybe.
You've got this, Kyron. I know you can do this.
Okay. You inspiring him?
Yes, I am.
Okay, it lasts for 10 minutes?
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool. Everybody gets their entourage back as Logren and two of the Stone Guard come with him down several flights of staircases. As it goes down, you go across a hallway, and you go down another flight of staircases. You go switch back between landings for more staircases. You go down a ramp. There's a door where Logren takes what looks like the fang, or like the fossilized fang of an old purple worm that fits about this big, yay big, about a foot long, and just shoves it into a recess that's in one of the doors, and turns it, and it spins this way, and then the door opens, and then you move to another set of doors where there are runes there, and he waves his hand upon the stone, and the runes look like they fill with magma and light up before He takes off what looks like one of his belt buckles that has the insignia of just Steercrag itself, no like house, and puts it in there before the stone appears to a face comes from the door and eats the belt buckle before these sunken eyes appear of just recesses that go into darkness. Even those of you darkness and can't see how far it is. Speak, those wish to pass. The words of the Protector. Hello, old friend. Logrin, third of your name, stands before the door to madness. Why? The trials are near their end. I dub the Arbiter. Shall thou take it upon them, this responsibility, and lead our people into a future, may it be dark or bright? Very well. As the face absorbs back into the door and the doorway descends. You see before you, then, a chamber, rectangular, worked stone, empty. There are two statues right outside the threshold of these like double doors, or this like the arch where the door came down was wide enough to have like two people come through it, or more. It was very large. The face was a good like 15 feet by like 7 feet, 15 feet tall by 7 feet wide. And then you see that it goes off. The room becomes rectangular and then bottlenecks again before going off to just drop into nothing. Like absolute nothing. Abyss. As Logrin walks out and leads you, the two statues of what look like ancient dwarven make. You recognize these Zemdak as kind of almost like the same make as the Sentinels that are on the mountaintop that you've read about and heard of. They appear to be a smaller make, not made of ironwood like the Warforged are, but the same kind. They're constructs of a type. They're like stone constructs of like large, exaggerated proportioned dwarves that walk in lockstep with Logrin across the shorter part of the room, because the part of it is rectangular. And before they reach this part where the floor just ends and just drops off, and there's no wall there for about like 10 feet to 15 feet wide. The dwarves walk there, and there appear to be recesses of giant great axes that they are carrying in the walls, that they then put into the walls, and before their hands then are swallowed by the wall itself, both at the same time, just standing there. And Logrin stands before what appears to be, out in the middle of the abyss, a circular platform rises from the blackness and nothing. It appears to be walled on all sides, but then you see it turn and approach, and 1/4 of this circular circumference is not walled, as it then approaches and touches the edge of where this lip fell off into the abyss. As that happens, as it clicks, a bunch of torches on the edges of the walls, including in this chasm abyss and in the room that you're in, as you are looking out, light with blue and green like flame. As you then see farther across, just barely over, it's hard to see from where you are and how close this thing is, but you can see on the edges what look like another room or another platform on the far edge of this chasm. Maybe 60 to 80 feet away. It's hard to tell. There are iron bars, well, some sort of metallic bars that line the front of this that you can see through. They're vertical bars. And there appear to be another platform at the end where this thing could possibly turn and then attach. There is cell doors, like large gridiron cell doors at that precipice. And then in the center of that room in the far is what looks to be a pedestal. And on the pedestal is a skull of some sort. This thing is air-gapped, locked tight, like only people who are in the circle, and then when the circle turns, can actually get over there. And then they have to get through. Like, this thing is locked up tight. I'll give you a visual of what it looks like here. Lagrin then says, there's a reason why this is meant like this, as you can see. The rest of you are welcome to stay in this chamber, but there's a reason why it's sealed like it has been for so long. Only those who will be tested in the trial are permitted to go any further. Should the worst happen, hopefully it will be contained on the other side and won't be able to escape. Is that understood? Mm-hmm. The
Understood.
Arbiter, I'm sorry.
I said understood.
The Arbiter is here for the same reason as once that name is mentioned, metal bars fall from here to prevent anybody from leaving. To do the same. You're here until this is over.
If I give a side eye to the tall lady, how's she looking? Just
Standing there?
stoic.
Yep. Stoic, standing there.
She didn't look back at the bars. She didn't get twitchy. Okay.
Didn't appear. Roll an insight check.
Good assassins don't
While you're doing that,
10.
10. Team's fine. As I mentioned before, you're here till this is over. However, the Arbiter does have orders under certain emergency circumstances to save as many as they possibly can. But you need to understand that now is the time for you to decide whether you're going to be here for this or not.
I mean, can anybody try the helm on that wants to? Or is it really only
You get a look from Claxon as he kind of chuckles at you.
is it really only like a leaders of the city only kind of thing?
I mean, all of them, all those who are trying to be leaders must try it on. But if you want to put in your, throw in your hat, you're welcome to do so.
I kind of want to see what it does.
No, you don't.
If you throw your hat in the ring, that means you can't travel and tinker anymore.
I mean, even if I pass, I don't have to stay here.
Depends on how many other people pass.
He just said that if you want to, you have to, but I can do it if I want to. So
Right.
I can try it and then leave.
You see that Mortenic says,
Really? Look on his face.
my entourage will wait for me outside. I see no reason for them to be involved in this type of thing. If I fail, or if we get to a good chance to do so, I don't see why they should be involved. They have families. And I won't be party to meaningless sacrifice. Very well. And he looks at one of the stone dwarven constructs that just ever so slightly changes their form, and one side of the bars for enough people to walk through goes through, and they leave.
Do we split the party? We want to be on the circle thing, but not in the bars.
Followed by the tall 7-foot woman.
Did any of the soldiers come with Megara?
Megara also dismisses her soldiers.
Okay.
So are we doing the same thing?
I'm not going anywhere.
I think we'll hang out here.
You guys are awesome. I mean, just you guys being here kind of makes me feel better. But I mean, I totally understand if you guys want to leave because it's could be really dangerous. But
I'm like 90% sure I'm stepping on that platform with you, bud.
you're gonna put the helmet on too?
Yep.
Okay. Is he allowed to do that? It's fine. It's your funeral. Possibly.
Can I just
Probably.
ride the platform? And just not go through the gate?
If you step on the platform, you have to put the helmet on. Granted, there's no magic that will compel you to do so, but it is. This has been the tradition for generations, hundreds, if not thousands, of years or longer. So.
Dude, you know that it wants to like eat both of us. You know that, right?
It's also a matter of security.
Yeah.
For
I'm just
reasons
gonna
I can't
touch his
entirely-
mind and go, do you want to end up like me and Log?
Curiosity, man.
Destiny, curiosity, chaos.
I've got enough, shit going on up here. I don't
Yeah.
need
So
more.
why don't you put all your guys on here so we know where you all are?
Cole is not going to attempt to put that thing
Sounds
on.
like I thought I was crazy. I know I'm crazy, but this is a different level.
He's right.
So-
It's fucking crazy.
It's a trial of the mind.
Right. And what did Curiosity get Log and I?
Cool new powers.
And some madness.
Do you remember when
He's
you
been
I mean,
mad
I had
before.
brain worms. We got rid of that. I'll be fine.
It was a lot of work to get rid of that.
That was expensive work to get rid of that, okay?
Money is not important.
I mean,
It is when you don't have any.
You're...
as a gnome, I pride myself on the strength of my mind, how clever I am.
Yeah, but if you fail here,
And
you die.
this is a direct test of.
Do you seriously want us to go explain to Grey Gloves why you're dead?
Because you wanted to wear a fucking helm.
He would understand
No, he wouldn't, because
That
he
I-
left behind gone.
that I went to test myself.
I mean, he's testing you all the time, so why not test yourself?
So here's Logren right here. Here, I'll use this so everyone can see. We're gonna make this just a little bit bigger so everyone can see here. This is. Move your finger. This is Logren right here. This is Klaxon Vogel. This is Megara. That is Armand Mortanic. And there's Kyron Karag Stoneworm.
Where's the 7-foot-tall woman?
She left.
She left.
Outside the room. See, outside the room, a bunch of the people outside the room can still see through the bars.
Okay.
I'm doing it.
You're a
Okay,
madman.
you
I'm gonna
step
give.
onto the thing.
I'm gonna give Kyron a fist bump as I walk past him.
Zemdak, don't die. I know you're smart, but don't die.
Yeah.
Can you give Kong some last orders before you go?
I was just gonna say that. Log, you have been getting smarter. That double log, really?
It's nice having two brains.
Yeah.
Conk.
Zebdak,
If I die,
self-destruct.
listen to Trisheni.
Be nice to my new character.
Take care of him.
So, if you die, listen to Trisheni is what he's used to give him.
So
Okay.
as
Well,
Zemdak
I
steps
believe
by me,
your Steel Defender stays for a week after your death.
No,
Something
that's
like-
my infusions. My Steel Defender
He's a steel defender.
Just
is a construct.
yeah.
as
Can
he's,
you? Wouldn't it be wild? I'm sorry. Couldn't it be wild if Zemdak died and you just had Conk for the rest of the campaign as a constant reminder of your dead friend? Oh my god!
Please don't die.
as Zemdak steps by me, I'm gonna cast Death Ward on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and
What's the distance on that?
Doesn't matter, right?
Doesn't matter.
Touch.
But
No. What is it? What is it that you have to stay within 60 feet?
Warding
for?
bond.
Warding bond.
Warding bond. So I
Death
think
Ward
Kyron's
just
gonna
lasts
snap
8
your-
hours.
That fist bump,
Yeah.
I cast Warding Bond to myself on Kyron.
I don't think you can have double resistance, can you?
No,
If you cast it, it drops mine.
If he casts it?
If you
Oh,
have a
Kyron.
second Warding Bond on you, the first spell drops.
Oh no, you cast it twice. Is what I'm saying.
No, I cast Death Ward, which is not Warding Bond.
I'm saying
Yeah.
is it both the permutation of either character, whether they're being warded or the ones that cast it?
No.
If either one cast
when
it,
I
it
cast
drops?
it, when I cast it on him,
You cast it on him to give him
it
resistance.
breaks his connection.
It breaks your connection.
Yes.
Okay, so you cast it on Kyron.
Yep.
You take you and Kyron split the damage.
Correct.
And now you and Zemdak split the damage.
No, he
Not
has
wrong spell.
He has Death Ward on me.
You have Death Ward. I'm sorry.
I have Warding Bond.
Okay,
on Kyron.
sorry.
Death
Here we go.
Ward. So now Zemdak can't have any spell that instantly kills him.
The name of this episode is Abbott and Costello.
And if he hits 0 hit points, he automatically comes back with 1.
and me
You got it.
telling you not to die was me inspiring you.
I'll
You
take
got
it.
it. Okay.
I can't.
Zemdak steps on.
but Zemdak died. That's not.
no.
I won't use my 4th level spell.
I mean,
Kyron,
Log, do you want to add some more to yourself?
Some more what?
Yeah, I mean, add some more mental powers to yourself.
There's enough shit going around in here. I don't need any more.
I know. There's a part of me that wanted to step on there, but
Hey, Laser, you're chilling back here.
I'm gonna be out of the sight of the people that can see through the bars.
Okay, cool. I'll say you'll have to move off just a little because they could still, I'd say, one more and you'd
That's
be out
fine.
of sight with them. Is that okay?
Yep, and I'm just keeping an eye
You
back
got it.
there as well.
You got it.
He's watching our back.
Do you have any standing orders other than other than after if I die for Conk?
Nope. Just
Okay, so
Trisheni's
he'll
your
just
new-
take if anything happens, he'll take the dodge action consistently.
yeah.
Okay. Do you have to be within a certain range to give him orders? He just has to be able to hear you,
I mean, it doesn't even particularly call that out.
like hear you or see you.
It's
or
more
something.
just sort of common sense, right? Like
Yeah.
I have to be able to give him commands. How am I giving him commands?
Okay, yeah. I'd say that if he can hear/see you through the bars on the
Right.
other side, you'll
Yep.
be able to give him commands. Like as soon as you guys start to get out of sight range, you might have to yell, and he'll will probably recognize your voice unless something is preventing sound. Just so I can set the precedent now, so we're not confused later. Unless something is really fucking up with sound, for example. If there's a sphere of silence and a darkness that he's in, I doubt he'll be able to receive orders. Does that make sense? Does that sound fair to everybody?
It is friendly to you and your companions, and it obeys your commands. So common sense says that it has to be able to hear me
Right.
command it.
Yeah, or some way.
you
of,
can
like,
do not-
I'm
can
sure you have
telepathic.
I'm sure you also have some
There's a
shorthand hand signals
metaphysical
to do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Great.
I'm sure there's a few commands you've given it before that says, when I do this, that means you do that.
It has to be either verbal or somatic. Just note that.
Logren takes a moment and says, "Anybody else?" Very well. May the trial commence. As you see the stone dwarves Only one of them. Well, it doesn't fucking matter. I don't want to keep track of that. They pull their axes out. I absolutely don't want to fucking keep track of that. They pull their axes out, flip them upside down, and push them in a different way. Don't make me keep track of that. They're here, by the way. I did have dwarf statues. I don't know where they went. So, whatever.
You're fine.
I could go get the Nephitol pieces.
Oh, the Nephtophil pieces? That would be perfect. Yeah, the small ones that fit. I think I have them in a bag.
You have those there,
have
but I
those.
have the big.
I can
boys
get those
in
during
my
the break.
office. Yeah.
I'm not too worried about that. Great. And then, just so we're clear, there's a quarter of this
That's
is
open.
open.
Yep.
The rest of it is wall. I do have walls. I just haven't attached them yet. I'll do that during the break. When the dwarves spin their axes around and push it back into the constructs, it spins around clockwise and moves before approaching
So we can't see
you,
them now.
so you can't see them anymore.
I mean, you can see through the bars, but I'm getting like there's a wall right here.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but we can't see.
There's
you
a
guys,
there's a
so-
circular wall that's
Right.
all the way around there.
So you can't see from here to here,
yeah.
So, yeah.
but you can see
Yeah,
through the
I'll
bars.
have the walls on there for when we come
Yeah, I
back from
can
our
still
break, just so that it
fireball.
makes it easier for you guys to understand. Because I had meant to have them printing during the evening, and my printer was
But you
like,
just-
"I'm not gonna work for you."
They're not going to be able to see anything that happens like straight this direction.
Yeah, unless
if
it's like
that's-
super tall.
Right.
Because this is technically like a pillar that has come up from the abyss. That is the pillar that it is on. Its tapers down a bit, and it appears to just go down until you can't see anything anymore. Even with like Devil's Sight, it goes down, 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 down. A very bottomless pit style. A type of old magic and tech and medieval whatever. Doesn't matter. There is a moment where you guys don't know what's going on at all.
I
all we
message Zemdak. You okay?
You hear her?
Am I good?
Right, you're there. So this didn't play out the way I wanted. That's okay. Zemdak, you're there. The thing aligns there. You, Login says, in order to continue, we all must step off. And all of you move off of the platform.
We should have got the bag of holding from him before he left.
I'm sure they'll bring my body back over to you if I'm dead.
Maybe.
He said.
I mean, what's his face said?
Can I say I left the bag of holding with Conk? Like I hung it on him before I left.
Do you want to retroactively say that you left the bag of holding?
Or
there
I could send
after your
Shakar
hasty
to go get
decision?
it if you'd allow that too.
You want to send? Can Shakar lift the bag of holding? How heavy is that bag of holding?
He's a little tiny.
Little burrowing elf.
Yeah,
Can
I
you do
don't
it?
think he could
Can
pick
you
up
do
the
it?
bag of holding.
That's too bad.
I mean, he's like what, 3 ounces? He can only pick up 3 ounces.
15 pounds.
Yeah, a 1 ounce bird can't carry a
know.
1 pound coconut.
What if you reduce it? No, I'm kidding.
It's all about weight. It's not about
Weight
where it
ratios.
grabs it. It's about weight ratios.
It's okay, buddy. Next
Even
time you'll be
reduced
a
wouldn't be
splendid eagle.
What if two of them? What if there are two?
Oh yes,
spots?
well, an African burrowing owl, but not a European burrowing owl.
That's right. Nope. I didn't think about it, so
Okay,
it
so
is what it is.
It's fine.
as soon as all of you step off,
It'll be fine.
It'll be okay.
the
Logren said if he can be recovered.
engages and comes back here.
Fun.
Is this an open
We can't see
invitation?
anymore.
I mean, we never could anyway, but
Oh, no, we could see.
Well,
through
now it's a
these
big
bars,
wall
but now
around
we
us.
can't.
we just get to know who lives.
This
and who
thing
dies.
is air. It's like air gapped. It's fully air gapped. This thing is locked tight. There's a lot of stuff going on here to make sure that it stays there.
Too bad you don't have your thing where you can like scatter people by stepping into the stones today, right?
Almost prepared.
I know, like That would have been.
Almost.
I was
almost did.
I was thinking of how I'm like, wait, he could bypass a lot of this by using that spell. And
I almost prepared it too.
I think
For
in my
no
head.
reason, like, I don't know,
Hey
we're
Cole,
gonna be underground.
you there?
Yeah, I don't know how much longer I have the connection, but I'm here.
is it like a minute? Yeah, I'm gonna say it's fading. It's fading fast. But and as soon as this hits this side, as you hear the sound in the cavern, these two doors of these gates swing open. No, you just push them. And Logren and everyone else enters. You can see on the pedestal, made of what looks like dwarven skulls, stacked upon each other, is another skull with 4 ocular orbits. However, there's only if any of you who are familiar with Mind Flayer anatomy, it's 2 ocular orbits and 2 squid hole spots. They look like eye holes, but it's just like the way, because octopuses have those vents that are right here that
Who
go into
saw
their
them?
skull.
I saw.
We all saw.
I know you saw him. You were blind for the most part.
Yeah, because
We had the hole open. We saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've all seen them.
Yes. But so Zemdek, you get a now like a closer idea as to
Oh,
what.
that's that thing I saw down there.
Yeah, now you get to see what the skull looks like.
Plus, we saw the skull in the wall at the dig site.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
The fossil.
Were you gonna
Oh
say
yeah,
something?
that I have.
Yeah.
Right. So you see the same kind of thing. This one looks a little bit larger, and
Not
far more
the
taken.
not the
care of.
writer. It's what they were
Uh-huh.
preying upon. Yeah.
Were you
I'm
gonna say
just
something,
saying,
Cole?
even for a Mind Flayer skull, this is Mind Flayer skull. For a Mind Flayer skull, this is quite large. It is enough so that the interior of the skull's cavity can fit over a dwarven head with flesh and nose and everything on it. So, it is quite large.
To your point, were you gonna?
Yeah, were you gonna ask Cole something?
Nope. Just I asked if he was there, but he said he was not for how he didn't know for how long. So
Look, because normally when I'm doing it, I'm standing in front of somebody. So when that minute ends,
you can just
reestablish-
refresh
I can just
it.
immediately
Yeah,
reestablish.
I forgot
it.
about that, but that's fine.
Logren approaches the pedestal and turns around to face the rest of you.
He said he would go last, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Logren approaches like the side of the pedestal and turns around to face you. Go like, who will be going first?
Since I'm the only one not here for the city.
You want to go first?
I will go first.
Okay.
Nice knowing you, Zemdek.
I'll check in again. You okay?
About to put it on.
Zemdek's about to put it on, you guys.
Do me a favor, roll a perception check.
All right, well, be smart. Fear's the mind killer. You got this. Come on.
You're supposed to teach me the tweeter.
15.
15. You notice as you walk right by Klaxon Bogle that he appears to be fiddling something with his pocket before he appears to put something on his hand.
Like ring,
Like a ring.
slips it on his finger
perhaps.
kind of thing.
Yeah. You can't really tell because all you see is like
Okay.
I actually rolled something. As you said, I think I'll go. Megara comes up to you and grabs your shoulder and he's like, "Don't be stupid, kid." How old are you?
You're all here for a purpose.
How old are you,
I'm here to test myself.
child?
This
How old
is
are you?
stupid. But I can't go back now. I have to do this before I can get back on that platform, yes?
Logren says, "The platform comes back every couple seconds. The doors close when that happens, therefore not to allow anything to leave.
Does anyone else want to go first?
So only, and I can't pick this up
No, I mean, I look back at the group.
until the platform is touching the other room."
Does anyone else want to go first?
Megara
Someone has
puts
to.
pressure on your shoulder and says, "Just, I've been around for quite a bit longer than you. Why don't you let me have a go at it? I won't be the one that. I'm not going to be remembered, even if I do die here, as a woman who stood by to let a child senselessly kill themselves."
Okay, Megara.
Okay.
And all you are cowards for not standing up like I have. She points around.
All 6 of us have to put it on. I don't know that the order truly matters.
Okay, that's enough. And she just picks you up. It's enough. I apologize. I know it's disrespectful, but I'm not going to let you.
That's her.
And she walks up and she begins to reach out for it. And
Can you enhance ability on yourself?
she begins to reach out for it, and Logren says,
Kyron.
"Hold."
This one's Kyron?
He should.
That one's
And
Logren?
he picks it up off the pedestal, and the doors
classic.
shut.
Don't worry about that.
Kyron's the one with the
Say
spear.
anything, right?
Yep.
That's the
He's
problem
a
with
small
it.
dwarf, so he's like,
This is Logren.
that's Logren. Logren picks up the skull helmet from the pedestal, and the 2 doors shut.
I mean, I told you he was about to put it on, though. Would you have...
I can't. It's touch.
I
I
have a
can't.
skull somewhere. I'll
Well-
get it.
He
That's
has
fine.
the spell.
Yes, but would you have said, "Oh, Zemdak, you should do it on yourself"?
Yeah.
Well, I could be like, did Zemdak do enhance ability on himself?
I don't know. Zemdak, did you do enhance ability on yourself?
You yell halfway across.
No,
cabin.
message.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I got this.
He says he's got this.
Okay.
You don't got it.
He
Good
doesn't
thing I
have
made
it.
it so he couldn't die right away.
Thank you for doing that.
Logren hands it to Megara. Megara lifts it over her head. As soon as it's lifted from the pedestal, by the way, all of you hear like a bunch of air and exits the room, and just a wave of whispers. Real
Does
quick.
it feel like the tomb?
When I touch the skull.
Yes, very much so. And Megara puts the above her head before lighting it upon her crown. And the ocular orbits fit over her eyes. There's a moment. Pause. That's it? I thought that... And she just starts to collapse.
She has advantage.
On one knee. Yep. Thank goodness, because that was a natural 1.
Come on, Megara.
Not much better.
You see Megara, her arms start to seize up as the electricity is going through her body, and her eyes roll back in her head as she falls to one knee, and she's trying to fight it before she starts foaming at the mouth. And there is a moment where you can see her eyes slowly cloud fully white, and her pupils and irises disappear before there's then stopped shaking, silence, before she falls on her side. And the helm clatters and rolls a couple feet away. Logren turns around and punches the air. Damn it! But as he punches the stone, puts a hole in the wall right there where there's a hole in the wall.
I know it probably won't do anything, but cure wounds
Okay.
to try and stabilize her. I don't know if I'm not a
Is this
medic.
a syringe?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know if she's dead.
Just your EpiPen.
You syringe. You don't see any wounds on them. You
Yeah.
syringe them with the with your cure wounds spell, like your mixture, your cocktail. No wounds that are apparent on her seem to
Yeah.
heal. Nothing seems to happen. She looks to be in a catatonic, like brain dead type state. You do roll a medicine check for me though.
That's why I just did it, because I don't know medicine. It's a 10.
10. Okay, that's exactly what you needed. They are still alive.
She's breathing.
Their medulla oblongata appears to still be functioning,
Okay.
That's what I went through.
but they are unresponsive and
Can
comatose
I,
and catatonic.
like, check her head?
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's loose like a baby's.
No, I mean, like, I'm looking for... So,
Any kind of wound.
the ones we saw, like, sucked out the brain.
Yeah. So yeah, you look, you put your fingers through her hair, no holes perforate.
Pizza.
It's
That's
about
the pizza.
6:30.
That's the pizza. It's okay. Go ahead. We're gonna take a break in a minute. You don't see any holes. You don't see anything like that.
Okay.
They're just no wounds, except for maybe what could be a small swelling of a bruise from just her head hitting the floor.
Someone want to help me? We'll take her back out to the landing.
You got it.
Doors are shut.
Logren picks up the skull, puts it back on the pedestal, and the door's open. And as he does so, this turns and goes back.
Somebody help me drag her back, and we'll lay her there.
And you re-enter. Logren picks the skull back up. The doors close. So the rest of you see the platform go away and come back with Megara's unresponsive, pupilless, irisless body drooling.
I run over and check her because I don't know.
Well,
what's
I'm going to
going
help
on.
you pull her off the pedestal.
With
Okay,
my
cool.
EpiPen still
you
jabbed
pull her off.
into
Do you want to bring her to the center of the room?
Sure.
Okay. You guys are over here then. Cool. Medicine checks.
$14.
14.
10.
They are alive, unresponsive, like at what would mechanically be understood as like 1 intelligence or like 0.5 intelligence, catatonic, brain dead, or 0 intelligence, depending on your interpretation of the rules. Alive, breathing, blood pumping, completely unresponsive.
With Zemdak's needle sticking out of her, I start looking for flames on her body somewhere.
I didn't
Like,
like his eye.
No, connect with her
His
brain.
eye flame.
Can she communicate?
Oh yeah, I do. I try to connect with the brain. He's right.
You try to communicate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Megara, are you there?
Well, intelligence saving throw, please, for me.
Yay! The thing I'm not good at. 7. I was about
7.
to say 8. I'm like, wait, I don't.
You try to push your mind into hers, and you know those Hot Wheels cars where they have those rollers, those foam
Yeah, it's
rollers
like-
that shoot the car further down the track in order to like pick up speed, that kind of thing. Those booster rollers.
Yeah.
You feel like your mind is boosted past her mind, down a tunnel, further before you see the image of like a mind flower with their tentacles curling and their brow furrows and their head cocks before they reach out at you and begin to like grab at your mind with their claws and try to pull you further in. You all see Cole like doing the same type of like spasm, seizure type movement, standing before you as he drops to his knees.
How close were you to Eleazar? Did you add?
You're all right here in the
Yeah.
room.
Oh, I did not know. I did not realize. I didn't
he's
even.
more than 10 feet.
Okay.
No, he's not. Isn't he right over there?
No, he's 10 feet from you, exactly.
That was it.
All right. What's the add to it again? I have
2.
2. So that makes it a 9.
Not yeah, no, same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
I mean,
No, fair question.
it's fine. I mean, Eleazar wouldn't just like not come help you guys.
yeah.
He would just be like, "No, you on your own."
Oh,
mean-
sit here.
Yeah.
He's just over there in the corner being nope. Yeah,
Doing
Cole's
anything?
fully like seizing.
There's not much I can do. Is there?
Cole, what the fuck?
Give him a smack.
You trying to speak in his mind?
No, I'm doing it out loud first.
Okay.
Let's see if he responds.
Cole continues to have his seizure.
Yeah.
Then I'll smack him.
You smack him.
I cast Dispel Magic on Cole.
You cast a spell magic on Cole. Please roll me a spell casting check.
What is that?
Plus your wisdom modifier.
13?
13. Okay.
Come on.
You cast the spell. He stops shaking for a moment before he starts violently convulsing.
It worked for a moment.
I'll mentally.
What the fuck?
You mentally do that?
Yeah.
As you mentally do that, you hear Gaul, "Hey, man, what's going on? What do we... Whoa!" As you get pushed through this... You get pushed through Cole's mind, which then gets rocketed through Megara's mind, which then gets rocketed through this another like tunnel of
Daisy chaining this.
to this mind flare
Is Gaul
brain.
there too?
Gaul is totally there. In the vision, like right behind the mind flare, in this like mind space, kind of like tunnel vision, whoa, like circular thing going on. But you see like a scene of the mind flare, like in some sort of cavernous room, but like tunnel vision style. And Gaul is like thrown out of, almost as if it was like a cannon or out of like a portal, like whoa, like pass over the mind flare's shoulder into the room. Behind the mind flare, gets up as Gaul is like,
Kill him.
"This guy's a son of a bitch, right?"
Kill the fucker.
He pulls out a spear from hammer space and just goes like, "Ha ha!" And he just starts stabbing the mind flare in the back, and you just see the tentacles go as this thing keeps stabbing him. He's like, "Ha ha!" And then you snap back as Gaul gets snapped with you, leaving his spear behind. Whoa! As you rewind and snap back into your head goes all the way back as you double back and backpedal for a moment and stand up and keep your footing. Cole, you are no longer convulsing. You're okay. You did take 9 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
You're okay. You feel Gaul's back, maybe, you know. But you have like somebody that's in the headspace that can actively affect it in a metaphysical, like it's a symbolic way, but it actually like does psychic things now.
Got a mind warrior.
And you're out. You're conscious. You're on your knees. Like you feel really cold, and like you have this headache. You see his eyes like turn bright, like blood, red for a moment as they begin to bleed a little bit before the blood then gets sucked back up and starts to normalize.
Metal.
Did I see Gaul or any of that, or was
So
I?
real quick, you feel like if you didn't already have something occupying your mind,
I was gonna
keeping
say.
you protected from using you as an agent, that would have been just you're done
Yeah.
immediately. Because you failed that pretty badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are there.
Do you feel like you?
At the same time,
I mean, as much
Who's-
as I feel
who's going
like me
next?
anymore.
Logren picks up the skull and looks at you.
I'll send to Zemdak and be like, "We got."
She failed.
Yeah, she failed, but also like, but it pulled Cole down, and then Log was gone for a moment. Like, so please be careful. Like, this is no fucking joke.
Okay, love you, bye.
And that's where we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a little bit, guys. Head over to the next episode if you're watching this
Okay, love you,
episodically.
bye.
And as always, stay safe out there. Okay, love you. Bye.